You can also use spectral Doppler with pulse wave Doppler to assess aortic severity by looking at holodiastolic flow reversal in the descending aorta. You can perform this with TEE by getting a mid-esophageal descending aorta short axis view. Once you have a view, you can turn to 90 degrees and perform pulse wave Doppler on the right side of the image. You can perform it the other way, but I'm going to explain it from the right side of the image because this is what I do every single time. After you perform it on the right side of the image, the flow that is seen below the baseline is the regurgitant flow. It's the flow that's going away from you back towards the left ventricle. You must distinguish if you're viewing the thoracic descending aorta versus the abdominal descending aorta. From the thoracic aorta, you must see flow reversal just distal to the left subclavian with an end diastolic velocity greater than 20 centimeters per second. If it's less than 20 centimeters per second, it could be at least moderate and maybe more, but severe criteria requires it to be at least 20 centimeters per second. However, if you're in the abdominal descending aorta, any holodiastolic flow reversal that's present would be severe. You can distinguish these two because if you're in the thoracic aorta, you would have just rotated the TE probe leftward from your mid-esophageal views. However, if you're looking at your transgastric views and you rotate the TE probe leftward, then you see the abdominal descending aorta. There can be other causes of holodiastolic flow reversal in the descending aorta, which would be an AV fistula, a ruptured sinus of valsalva aneurysm, a BT shunt, a patent ductus arteriosus, or something like an aortic dissection where you have diastolic flow into a false lumen. Also, if you look at the VTI, comparing the ratio from reverse flow to forward flow, this can be a very rough assessment of regurgitant fraction as well.